What's up, you guys? Welcome to Boss Level 8, where we make fun of movie critics and reactions to movies, and this time we're looking at the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. We're gonna take a look through the comments, grab hate comments because it's funnier than the other comments, and just generally make fun of them. That's what we do here. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it. That way you can get notified every single time we have a new video out, which is quite often, so keep your eyes peeled. Now let's take a look at these comments because you might have liked this, but here's a bunch of people who hated it. What the hell Prince of Persia doing here? Ha 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 ha. Jake Gyllenhaal was in Prince of Persia. Running on walls and being f***ing difficult. Those games are tough. No Donnie Darko reference? No? Is that just coming up later?
Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Homeless. That's canon. We've seen how miserable... He threw a bag of money out the window because he didn't know what to do with it, canonically.
You think the next Spider-Man villain's gonna be The Wall? Can't wait for Tom Holland to spoil this film for me in his next interview. Come on, he's a kid, man. Even when he's 40, he's gonna be a kid. There's no way that dude's growing up. Seriously, he's gonna be childlike forever. That guy is gonna look like he's 20 for the rest of his life. He's gonna get ID'd for things that you don't even ask ID for. ID, please. This is a Gatorade. ID, please, Mr. Holland. They're gonna know who it is.
Peter's class should be suspicious. I don't know, guys. Don't you think it's weird how that one time we went to DC, Spider-Man also just happened to show up there? And now we're in Europe, Spider-Man is also there? Like, that can't be a coincidence. I bet Spider-Man got beef with one of us. Probably that Parker kid. He's a douche. I don't know. That's probably something they'll cover in the actual movie when it, is out. Or in trailer 4. Depending on their confidence level of the movie.
They just gave us the whole movie in one trailer. They did? What? Where? They gave you the initial plot. I assure you, you saw probably the first 10 minutes when he's like, I'm going to France. And then the villain. That's it. That's my guess. I'm going to France, villain, credits. What a shit movie.
Thanks for spoiling half the movie plot. Twists and jokes. I'd say I grammatically read that correctly. That's like a bone apple teat moment.
Jared, it was actually Venice and not France. Can you cut in me saying Venice instead of France? I assure you, you saw probably the first 10 minutes when he's like, I'm going to Venice. And then the villain. That's it. That's my guess. I'm going to Venice. Villain, credits. What a shit movie. I'm confused. I mean, what is with Infinity War? I don't know, Mr. Seinfeld. What's the deal with Infinity War? Some people are dust, some people are alive, and a big purple guy did it all. You're slipping, Jerry. Dude, that is so last year. Yeah. Stupid person having questions about the past. Ugh. Not like there aren't entire classes about the past in every single school, but stupid. You're stupid.
Tobey Maguire. It's pizza time.
Pizza time.
Am I on the internet too much to understand?
Looks boring AF. I would like to understand what you find exciting. That's not a joke. I genuinely want to know what you find exciting. You have a man who's also a spider and a fishbowl head dude who's doing crazy mystical crap. I'm really curious as to what you find exciting. And if you're just waiting for the next Fast and Furious movie, then I guess we know where you are.
See, the problem is he doesn't want sentient water. That's boring. He wants like sentient Fanta. Or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Nah, more excited for sequel for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Cool. Why not both? Tried to say it like that little girl from that taco shell commercial. That's my best impression of a 6-year-old Mexican girl.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Weird to like get something else that's like somewhat satisfying while you wait for the other thing and complain about it.
Yeah, like Diablo.
Like Diablo, exactly. Ain't y'all dead? How can you be far from home if you dead?
Sorry to say, but I really didn't like the trailer because now the DC movies more entertain me as compared to Marvel movies. I mean, this is a rare occasion. I met the one person who's way more into DC.
That guy's so rare that if he dies, a conservationist is going to be very upset. Why was DC and Marvel in quotes? No joke. I'm just wondering.
I don't know.
Aunt May should be MJ. I don't know what you're doing. Is this a I'm my own grandpa situation? Is this one of them like Alabama lineage explanations that... Actually, this makes complete sense because it was written by Lunatic.
They ruined Spider-Man 2 with all these explosion and big enemies. Spider-Man of Sam Raimi was better, yeah, with, you know, Sandman. That's the size of a building. What, you don't like explosions? They're all over the original one too, with his explosive dance moves and, you know, the Green Goblin with his real grenades. And buildings exploding and giant creatures. You don't know which one I'm talking about now because you're confused. Just kind of let the words flow there because I didn't even know where I was going.
Seriously.
I made it somewhere, but I feel like it was a truck stop outside of Jersey.
I don't know what anything means anymore.
That was the point.
I hope you guys had fun watching our video, and thank you so much. We appreciate it. If you want to see us actually film this live, we do it every single week on Twitch, and you can check that out in the description. There's a link down there to check out our Twitch channel. Also, we'd love to hear what you thought of the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Give us your theories, your thoughts, your excitement, your disdain, wondering why Tobey Maguire isn't in it. Whatever.
Your hateful paragraphs.
Your hateful paragraphs. Weird things like wanting Aunt May to be MJ. I don't know. Whatever you want to put in those comments, we'll check them out. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And until we see you next time, geek out and game on. Movie critic Roger Moore saw Spider-Man Homecoming and all he could think to himself is, where's Andrew Garfield? He was so much better. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it. Now let's see what this dumbass critic has to say. Give it up for Marvel imposing its will on Sony for the third Spider-Man incarnation in living memory. Okay. Now what? They don't repeat the origin story this time. Change up the age of the title character and give him the ADHD energy that the unseen radioactive spider bite made worse, not better. ADHD energy? We are definitely overdiagnosing that. He's just being a kid. Leave him alone, bastard. In Spider-Man Homecoming, he's manic, 15 and breathless. Manic 15 and breathless is just the douchebag who works at Hot Topic who has asthma, battling his hormones and digging an older teenage girl, one seemingly out of his league. Battling his hormones. Weird Spider-Man villain. Spider-Man versus underarm hair, sweat, and boners. Random boners. Uncle Ben isn't in the picture, and Aunt May has morphed into Aunt MILF. Wouldn't it be Aunt I'd like to f***? Like Elf? Isn't that what it would be? Like she doesn't have a kid. She has a nephew. So it's Elf. The Chatterbox character and the film are earnest but lightweight, making for a movie that lacks gravitas, romance, fear, or zing. You went all over the place with your adjectives there. It just sounds like some asshole asking a girl on a date, like, I promise you tonight gravitas, romance, fear, and zing. The zing is my penis inside you, combined with just a little bit of herpes. For young Mr. Holland's opus, I get it. Alright. At least he's not Andrew Garfield isn't enough. I don't know, that's plenty for me. That's pretty good. The next Batman is definitely gonna be able to be at least he's not Ben Affleck. And that's gonna be enough. It's like eating shitty pizza and being like, at least it's not kale, that's enough. Aunt May doesn't know Peter's secret, but his plump nerd pal Ned finds out. That's just mean. Like, calling him plump added nothing to that sentence at all, except like you just becoming a larger dick with a small dick. There are, of course, multiple levels of Marvel fandom, but only two will suffice for talking about Homecoming. There are those who squeal with glee at every tie-in character who makes a cameo, every new costume introduction, and those who silently roll their eyes and mutter, yeah, and guess which camp I'm in. I guess you're in the camp where you get to just come in, hate something that everybody else loves, not like references, and just be ready to like on Marvel and you just start pitching a tent. And I'm shooting for as many boner jokes as I can in this video, because there's been like 4. And being in that latter group, I want something with more human qualities than the pandering piffle aimed at those who like the extended soap opera that the studio is ever engineering. You wanted more human qualities? The thing that carried this entire movie was when Peter Parker was just being Peter Parker. It was probably the most human Spider-Man. And I'm starting to think you're the type of person who needs either a musical number or someone getting a hand job on a beach for you to like the movie. I'm just assuming he liked La La Land and Moonlight, I don't know, and wanted Spider-Man to somehow be La La Land and Moonlight, which would be amazing. Spider-Man fighting the Vulture while singing and getting a hand job on a beach. Gold. But they've utterly lost the plot when it comes to plot and gravitas. It's as if they packed 10 movies worth in Logan, because whatever energy Homecoming delivers in some, not all, its many scenes has no weight. 0. Wait, so you liked Logan and somehow wanted Spider-Man to be like Logan? That's like expecting your boyfriend to be just like your gay best friend. It's not gonna happen, Karen. I'm not anything like Bruce. It's cute, never more than that. And sometimes that's enough. Look at Kirsten Dunst. Give Michael Keaton one great scene to make his natural menace felt, and then make that moment all talk and no violence has consequences. Would it have been better if he was mute and just like had a knife that he stabbed people in the eyes with and was also racist? I don't know why I threw that in. Introduce a high school bully. Okay, this is Steve. And make him a non-threatening shrimp, a mean girl in boy form. Okay, this is Stephanie. Jaunty montages set to vintage pop and punk, Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. Make the effects-driven action beats play, even if they're beyond repetitious at this point. It's funny that the only reason the action worked is the Ramones. You know what? I like the Ramones, so I'm gonna give you this one. Marvel can take a bow for making the film's multiculturalism stand front and center. From interracial friendships and romances to multiracial gangs. And the Japanese-American school principal whose World War II Nisei uniformed dad's photo figures prominently on his desk. Bookending the gym teacher whose detention hall is postered with James Baldwin and Frederick Douglass images. That's another, yeah, okay, and yeah! It sucks to give movies and characters depth. We should have the principal the entire time be in a white room with nothing in it. And make him white too, that'll be better. And then the gym teacher isn't even in a gym. He's just like sitting in a chair and saying nothing. No pictures of Frederick Douglass or even a person named Douglas. Unless it's Doug from Nickelodeon's Doug. I don't know where I'm going with this. I think that you're stupid. How about that? But pretending this is anything other than pleasant, time-killing filler for the next Marvel is laughable. Yeah, but just wasting your time and keeping you occupied until the actual thing happens. It's like foreplay. Fine, I'll lick your nipple and stuff. When are we getting to the 3 minutes of crying and shame? Changing up the story removes some of the onus of comparison to the first Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Not when it comes to romance, suspense, guts, and heart, however. So like nothing? Changing everything changed nothing. It's like someone who gets plastic surgery and is still ugly. It's like Charlie Sheen after rehab, who still needs rehab. Even the not late, not lamented Andrew Garfield Spidey brought some of that to the table. Well, now you're saying that you like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man more than this Spider-Man. You're kind of alone in that one, buddy. Way to be a damn rebel. I mean, maybe if you liked the Ramones when the Ramones weren't cool. I'm just picturing you doing this about everything. Hey, you wanna get some ice cream? Ice cream sucks. What a beautiful day. I prefer rain and being covered in bees. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it. And until we see you guys next time, geek out and game on.